what you say. No.
There it is.
Let's hear it.
Well, let's hear it.
Talk to us. Uh-oh.
Beadle and Decker, taking on sports talk like no one else. Michelle Beadle,
I'm just helping. I'm helping America one by one.
Cody Decker.
I 100% believe in revenge. Revenge is a great thing.
Back to the sports.
Back and ready for more.
Every time I tune them out, they pull me back in.
It's Beadle and Decker. Here's Michelle and Cody.
Hello, everybody. It is a fantastic Friday here live. And yes, I am in Southern California here in Los Angeles, California. Another stunning day. And yes, you are watching Beadle and Decker. And yes, no Michelle Beadle today. She will be back, of course, on Monday and Wednesday next week. But you got me, and I got a hell of a Friday pinch hitter. You've seen him once. You'll see him again and again and again. You know him from VEASAN. You know him from Life. The one and only Tim Murray. Timmy, how you doing, my guy?
Hello. I'm good, man. You know, like you said, it's Friday. Nothing wrong. We got March Madness going on. You know, I'm a big college hoop guy. So I'm ready to rock and roll, baby.
We got lots to discuss. You mentioned the March Madness of it all. We will get into a little bit of that March Madness because here's the truth, and I freely admit this. I am a college basketball know-nothing. Simply fact.
Nothing
I
wrong
am
with
just
that.
being honest. I don't pay attention to college basketball unless Nick Cronin screws up, of which he's done a plenty of, or when the UCLA Bruins are really good, of which they're okay this year, I guess.
Yeah.
Or when the March Madness actually begins. Because March Madness is the most fun possible tournament that exists. But I will freely admit, dude, I don't care about college basketball until March Madness begins. And yeah, then I'm just as much of a novice as anybody else. As much as everybody tries to pretend when they're putting their brackets together, going, oh, I got this one. None of you watched shit.
Have you, do you ever watch the show How I Met Your Mother?
Yes.
They, of course, that was a CBS show, so they would fully embrace the March Madness. And they're like, we watched all these games this year, and they got a big board. And then, you know, by the end of Thursday, we're all in the same place. So you are in the majority, Cody, of where most people are, and that's fine. You know, I am not full on college hoops nerd. I would say once the college football season ends, that's when I ramp up my nerdery. But still, I'll just be like you, and you might, if we go head to head in a bracket, you might kick my ass. It does not. There's no rhyme or reason to any of this. But
yeah, like last year, I finished like 4th in the Sirius XM Mad Dog Sports thing. I did it like I did the SAT. Abba dabba, abba dabba, abba dabba. I didn't pay attention to what I was actually clicking.
What I will say, the first weekend of the NCAA tournament is, in my opinion, the greatest 4 days on the sports calendar, especially if you come to Vegas and you're sitting in a sports book somewhere. It is just, you don't want to see the light of day unless you're out at Stadium Swim at Circa and you just are drinking, you're gambling, you're watching games. It is the absolute best. So that's coming up, man. We're less than 2 weeks away from the madness, baby.
What a company, man. Just dropping the Circa in there. And I don't blame you. Circa's the best. You know how much
I don't work
Circa.
for. Hey, I don't work for Circa. They just
I know you
are.
don't, but I
They
know where
just
your
house
studios are located.
where we go to work every day. I'll say this, Cody. Your little digs there is pretty damn nice too, man. So I have a nice locale for where I go to work on a nightly basis, and you have a pretty nice little spot too there, sir.
It ain't bad. And no, I freely admit this. I'm not just saying this because I've always been a Derek Stevens friend. I'm saying this because Circa really is a fantastic place, especially if you're a sports fan. But we will get into the madness of it all because I honestly would like Tim Murray to teach me some things, maybe a couple things to put a little cash on for this upcoming March Madness. But first things first, let's get to the WBC of it all, baby, because we are underway. Mexico was leading 1-0 last I checked against Great Britain. I haven't checked on that game in the last 15 minutes. Japan 5 WBCs so far. They've won 3 of them. They are not the odds-on favorite to win because Vegas is stupid and want to give away free money. I would put everything I have on Japan because, and by the way, it's not because I know every one of these players and all their stats. I don't. I know the players I know, and I know that Shohei Ohtani just went 3 for 4 in his first WBC game this go-around, hitting a grand slam in his first at-bat. No big deal because he's Shohei Ohtani. 7 total bases, no big deal. 1 triple away from the cycle, 5 RBIs. What is this man? He's not real. Everywhere the lights are on him, he does something even more astonishing. Keep in mind, this guy last year had the single greatest baseball game. I want to say that again. The single greatest 9-inning baseball game ever played in baseball history. And by the way, it was to go to the World Series, get 3 home runs, and struck out 10. The dumbest thing in the world is Shohei Ohtani. I can't get enough of this cat. He is must-watch TV. Japan and Dominican must-watch TV for me. And even the USA, which that lineup is looking really good, and they might have the pitching to do it this go-around.
Yeah, I'm pumped, man. You know, the WBC fresh off of the Olympics and the way that ended with Team USA winning gold on both the women's and men's team winning in the fashion that they did. And it's like, all right, let's roll right into another world competition here because we know what's going to happen this summer, Cody. We're going to pretend to care about soccer, and then we're going to realize, oh, we're not really good at this sport, and we're not going to win this thing. So.
Every single time. Like,
Yeah.
no, we got Pulisic.
We go to the bar, you know, we were like, yeah, we scored a goal
I'll
against.
be rooting for it.
Oh, yeah.
USA, but I also know we're going to get our asses handed to us on our own soil.
Yeah, let's just make it on to the next round. It's a reason to go to a bar and get drunk in the afternoon. So I never am opposed to that, obviously. But look, you know, you follow this WBC much closer than I do. But man, you look at that Japanese team and you look at, granted, I know it's Chinese Taipei. By the way, I got to ask a question. Why is Chinese Taipei really good at the Little League World Series, but apparently they are god-awful at the WBC?
It's funny you say that. They were actually like one of the highest ranked teams going into this tournament because, and I played against Chinese Taipei 9 years ago in 2 WBCs ago. I was playing for Israel. We beat the brakes off those cats. But I got to tell you, they've gotten better. Baseball in Taiwan has absolutely become a bit of a juggernaut. And make no mistake, watching all those fans from Taiwan coming in to actually root for this team. That first game against Australia, despite losing 3-0, was electric, absolutely electric. But why aren't they where they should be right now? I don't know. They came in like the 2nd ranked international team. And so far, what have they've lost a total of 17-0 so far in 2 games. So I can't answer this question, but if the Little League World Series kids want to, you know, start picking up the pace as they keep getting older and maybe do something good for the WBC, go for it. There's a lot of really good teams in this tournament, man. There are teams that I'm wondering how they're going to win a game so they don't get relegated. Like, I'll freely admit, I played for one of them, Israel. I don't know how they're going to win a game. They're in a bitch of a tournament, dude. Chinese Taipei, they need to win a game so they don't have to re-qualify in a couple years. Great Britain, same thing. You go 0 in this tournament, you have to re-qualify, and that is a pain in the ass. It loses a lot of money, and honestly, if certain of these countries, if they do go 0, it might be the end of like baseball in that area for like the area for like the foreseeable future, because if you don't qualify for the next one, it's like starting at ground zero again.
I mean, I'm looking forward to Korea versus Japan. That's coming up. I think that's middle of the night. I want to say, is that tonight? Tomorrow morning? I can't
believe so. I believe
think it's
that
tomorrow
is tomorrow
morning.
morning, like at 4 a.m. Because in Japan, you ain't putting that game anything but prime time.
Oh, yeah.
That's a serious game. Anything that you're looking forward to in the WBC? Again, I played in this tournament twice. There's something different about international playing in baseball, man, especially over in Japan. I had the opportunity to play both in Korea and Japan, both of which were dream come trues for me. But dude, playing in Japan, I can't stress this enough. I know I said it earlier this week, and those of you that are tired of me saying this, I don't care. Playing in the Tokyo Dome was maybe the coolest baseball experience, if not sporting experience, of my entire life.
I'm just looking forward to watching some of the atmospheres down in Miami with the Dominican there. Look, no knock on the Marlins, but I guess it is a knock on the Marlins. Nothing even sniffs what that atmosphere will be like when the Dominican Republic hits the field. And I'll be honest, man, my boy's calling the games. Shout out to Tyler Mon. He's down in Puerto Rico. He's got those games on FS1. Watching Puerto Rico versus Cuba or someone like that, I think the atmosphere to me is number one. And then secondly, I'm just curious, Cody, about the pitching for the United States, right? You know how it is. It's the middle of March. It's the middle of spring training. The lineup looks as nasty as any lineup in the world, but Tarek Skubal said, and I don't begrudge him at all, I'm going to start one game, but that's all I'm going to do. I got to get ready for the season. And, I don't know how to perfectly do this, Cody, and maybe you've got a way to make this happen because, basketball and hockey are different. Hockey's happening in the middle of their season. Basketball, there's a ramp up of about a month and a half heading into the Olympics. I don't know what the perfect way to do it is where you could get full on, pitching and all of that. But that's the tricky part. I think that's where I just can't fully get in on it, Cody, even though if we get Japan in the United States or the DR United States or someone like that in a championship, hell yeah, I'm going to be watching. But I can't get in because I know that a guy like Skubal or Skeens is not going to go out there and throw a complete game to close this thing out.
No, he's not, but it doesn't matter because you are going to have a Tarek Skubal and a Skeens probably pitching in two separate games. This U.S. team has got a really good pitching staff. Now, keep in mind, there are rules in this tournament. You have to be held to a pitch count specifically, and you are not wrong about Tarek Skubal only pitching one game. I'm sure it's the same with Paul Skeens. But, even after Paul Skeens, keep in mind, they got Logan Webb, arguably top 10 best pitcher in Major League Baseball for the last decade that no one wants to talk about. They still have, Mason Miller out of the pen. Clayton Kershaw is the one that worries me. That one, I will freely admit, that one worries me. Clayton is just not the same guy he once was. And if he's starting or relieving, I don't love that matchup for them. But they also have Brad Keller. They got Garrett Clevenger. They got Matthew Boyd. They got David Bednar out of the pen. They got Clay Holmes. This is anything but a slouch rotation and bullpen on the U.S. side. It's just, are their bats going to be able to carry them? Because offensively, they're not the best team in this tournament. They are the top three best team, though, because the infielders, you got Bregman, you got Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt, always a power threat. Of course, you got Bryce Harper. You know what he can do. Bobby Witt Jr. is a superstar. The outfield, if Byron Buxton stays healthy, I'm excited, man, because Byron Buxton, I've been saying this for years. Byron Buxton is top 5 best player in baseball. You just don't know it because you haven't seen him healthy since Nam.
Did you happen to see what the spread is for tonight? No, USA and Brazil.
It's got to be 10 runs. Nothing against Brazil. They got some good ball players over there, Brazil.
Yeah.
But Brazil should lose this by 20.
9.5 runs.
They're lucky it's that close. And yeah, I would take. I'd be in 10. I'd take the spread. I would lay the
runs. Yeah,
I will lay the runs down. And by the way, I played against. Here's the thing: I played against Brazil in 2017 as well. They're not bad ball players, but they ain't this U.S. team. Pete Crow Armstrong might be the worst player on this team, and he ain't bad.
Right. Yeah. So no, I'm looking forward to it. I'm curious what the atmosphere is going to be like in Houston. Credit to the team 6 years ago that won it, 3 years ago runner up. This team is they seem to certainly have some pride in the team and in the country. So I'm looking forward to it, man. It should be it's a sprint though. This thing's going to be over before you know it, right? You've got pool play going on right now, and the championship game will be in Miami March 17th. So this thing's going to be wrapped up rather quickly.
I got to ask you about that because I was talking with Keith Irizarry yesterday on this show, who was co-hosting with me, and we were talking about how Miami is just such an embarrassment. The Marlins can't fill that stadium ever. It's just such a joke. But you can't sit here and tell me there isn't a want for it, because every WBC, when this is Miami every single time, that place is packed to the gills, absolutely packed. So clearly there is a want for baseball in Southern Florida, but the Miami Marlins simply can't give it to them.
Yeah, I don't know the answer and why. Maybe because their ownership doesn't seem to give a shit about their team.
$6 million on their entire team.
But you're right, man. When we see the Dominican Republic take on another team from or Puerto Rico, that place is lively. And honestly, Cody, and I'm curious, I've never actually asked you this. because I do feel like baseball's headed in the right direction where it's like it's okay to have fun, right? It's allowed. When you watch a Dominican Republic team or, teams from Latin America, it's not like they're, giving the middle finger to the opposition. They're celebrating the fact that they hit a 97-mile-an-hour fastball over a fence. That's not easy to do. So it's like, oh, it's fun. Baseball can be fun. Isn't that a crazy concept? And look, you played it at an extremely high level. I broadcasted it in the minors. Like baseball, hitting a baseball, in my opinion, is the hardest thing to do in sports. Hitting a projectile that's going 99 miles an hour with a wooden stick is not easy to do. Oh, by the way, I'm going to add some curve to that shit, and you got to figure out how to hit it and not look like an idiot. And when I hit it over a fence 400 feet away, I got to be proper, and I can't show up that pitcher. I do feel like we are headed maybe in the right direction of the unwritten rules of baseball, but it is refreshing when you watch these teams play, and it's like, wow, they're playing a game and they're having fun playing a game.
Yes, it is very refreshing that we're finally getting the old white man stick up their ass baseball players out of this game. I'm exhausted by it. And even like Team Israel's manager is Ian Kinsler. Team Israel's manager, Ian Kinsler, played in this tournament in 2017 and bitched and moaned and complained about the Puerto Rican team when he was playing for the U.S. team at the time. He's just like, yeah, they don't really play the right way. You mean fun and fucking electric? Shut up, Ian. Absolutely enjoy baseball for once. God forbid we all have a good time. And you're right, baseball's going in the right direction. I've hated the unwritten rules my entire life because the unwritten rules are just ungodly stupid. You know why? Because they are written, and I should rephrase that, they are not written. They are flatly unwritten. The reason why they're not written is, one, they're not rules, and two, the reason why they even exist is to protect fragile egos. If you have to do anything, if I have to do shit on the field to protect somebody else's fucking ego, then put a gun in my mouth. I have no interest in babysitting you. You don't like that you gave up the home run? Don't throw the ball there.
Right.
If I don't want to see you fist pump off the mound, I should have maybe put the damn ball in play. I don't care. It's so stupid that we're still in this. Anytime somebody throws at somebody's head, I think somebody talked about it last week. I think it was Bryce Harper was talking about it. He's like, yeah, we should get back to throwing at people's heads. No, we shouldn't. Stop throwing at people's heads.
Which is also ironic because, when I was in D.C., it was Bryce Harper hit a absolute bomb off Hunter Strickland in the playoffs, and he pimped it as he should have pimped it. And Hunter Strickland hit him 2 years later after they won, Cody, the fucking World Series. That's the whole point. His team, Hunter Strickland's team, won the World Series, and then he was still pissed about Bryce Harper hitting an absolute bomb off of him into McCovey Cove. But yeah, I've always said it. I think, especially now that pitchers don't hit anymore, Cody, if you give up a home run and Cody Decker looks at that home run, strike his ass out next time. Be a man. Don't hit him. I always felt like hitting someone's chicken shit. Like,
it is.
There's no repercussion. I can throw a baseball 97 miles an hour and hit you, and guess what? You can't do anything to me because I don't hit anymore. So are there times and places when maybe you should hit someone? I guess. I don't know. You can speak to that more so than I can, but
sure. Like, there are times when you hit someone, but be prepared for a fight.
Right.
My biggest thing
and don't throw it at their head. Hit them in the ribs or whatever. Hit them in the back. Hit them in the ass. Yeah.
Hit him in the ass. And if you can't, and if you hit me in the head, especially if you did it on purpose, you should be thrown in jail. I'm sorry. That's the end. That's a murder weapon.
It is. It's a projectile going 100 miles an hour.
Hit in the head. That shit hurts a lot.
Where is the worst place? Is it the head? Where's the worst place you've ever been hit?
The head, unquestioned. Oh, head. But there was one time in high A ball. I can't believe I remember this. It was really painful. A guy threw behind me, not even on purpose. It was just that wild. And I turned my back thinking it's going to hit my back. So I'm like here, right? I'm hitting, and I turn my back like so to do this, right? The ball goes so far behind me, he hits me in my right elbow, which,
Oh,
by the
no.
way, my right elbow, which I'm not wearing an elbow guard on my right elbow. I'm wearing it on my left elbow. My right elbow, as I turn my back, that's how far behind me he threw it. It hit my right exposed elbow from the back. I thought he shattered my entire arm. I couldn't get feeling in my arm for days. I had to take the next day off because I couldn't bend my elbow in any way, shape, or form. Luckily, no break. But dude,
Oh.
that was awful. But I will also admit, I've been hit in the head many times. Tommy Hunter hit me with 99 one time in a double-A game. And in a triple-A game, I got hit by a 98-mile-per-hour fastball with bases loaded, 0-2 count. We were down by 1. I tied the game with that RBI.
Homer Simpson.
Thank you. It was exactly Homer Simpson. Don't remember much after that, but I think we lost the game.
Going down to first. I still remember it wasn't 99. I still remember it was our first game of the season. It was maybe 35 degrees. It was windy. This kid was probably throwing, I don't know, mid 80s, nothing too crazy. And my teammate was up there and got smoked right in the elbow. And I was like, oh, that's got to hurt so bad. I was like, thank God it wasn't me. Elbow, man, that's just brutal.
I was going to get into the WNBA CBA with you, but honestly, I don't think it's that necessary to get into. Let's just get into this real quick. I'd rather you tell me what I need to look out for in this year's March Madness. And I got a follow-up question for you. Like, honestly, you mentioned that the best time ever is those first couple days of March Madness. I agree with you that I still feel like this is the best sports tournament in the country, if not the world. However, will it be if they expand it? Because the rumor is they're going to expand it, and I desperately do not want them to.
So let's start with that first. I don't know. I think at some point, Cody, they won't be able to help themselves and they'll expand it. However, here's how it is saved. You can do whatever you want before Thursday at noon Eastern. As long as Thursday noon Eastern shows up, Cody, and I've got 64 teams playing in the most perfect bracket in sports. It perfectly fits on your 8x11. If you want to blow it up, it is the perfect bracket. It is the perfect tournament in sports. Do I love the first 4? It's okay. I'll watch it, on Tuesday and Wednesday. If you expand it, add some more teams, I won't love it, but there's nothing I can do as long as we're down to 64 by Thursday. There was something, to your point, and I think you speak to a lot of people in this regard, where once that bracket comes out, you're in on college basketball. And when there's a Cinderella story, or there's a Jack Golke from Oakland hitting 10 threes against Kentucky.
I loved Golke. I didn't like Golke. I loved Golke. That man was 47 years old, and you cannot convince me otherwise.
He's just dropping buckets on Kentucky's dome. Like, it's just – and here's the thing I loved about Jack Golke real quickly. It was the NIL was around. He literally was getting paid the next day. He was like, this is my moment. He was doing advertisements the following day. It was brilliant by him.
Should have signed a Rogaine deal. That man's receding hairline, because, again, 47 years old. Loved him. Loved him.
So what should you watch out for this year in the tournament? I think the big storyline heading in, last year we had all 4 1 seeds make it to the Final Four for just the second time ever. And I think the question is going to be, will it repeat itself? Because right now, Cody, it does feel like there's about 4.5 teams that seem like they've kind of separated themselves. And those in no particular order are Michigan, Duke, Arizona, Florida, and UConn. I kind of give like a half. Like, UConn's pretty good, but maybe not fully there. Florida right now, the defending champs, are pulverizing fools. Like, just going out there and saying, oh, Arkansas, that's cute. You guys are playing well. We're going to throw 111 on your head last Saturday. Michigan is enormous. The size that they have, their front line, Cody. You've got a 7'3" dude and a Daimara. You've got Yaxel Lendenborg, who came in from UAB. They are a monster team. And for those casual fans, their head coach, Cody, is Dusty May, who was the head coach of Florida Atlantic when they made their run to the Final Four just a couple years ago. Duke is led by, it's going to make you feel old, Cameron Boozer, who, of course, is Carlos Boozer's son.
Nope, don't like that. Don't like that at all.
He's the national player of the year. And then you've got Arizona, who, similar to Michigan, enormous front line, but really great guard play. They've got a kid in Burries who's going to be a lottery pick. And then they've also got a veteran guard as well. So, look, it's going to be a really fun tournament. I think the 1 seeds, like I said, probably have separated themselves a little bit from the pack. But there are teams like Wisconsin who shoot the shit out of the ball. And if they're hot, Cody, they showed they could beat Michigan. They beat Illinois. They beat Michigan State. So they're going to be like a 6 seed. But when you live and die by the 3, Cody, you're susceptible to upsets. So Wisconsin could also be upset in the first round. So last thing I'll say about it, the freshman class this year in college basketball might be the best freshman class we've ever seen, because you're looking about like 10, 12 dudes deep that are going to be first-round picks, lottery picks, man. Whether it be Darren Peterson at Kansas, AJ DeBance at BYU, Boozer at Duke. Unfortunately, we got news today. Caleb Wilson's out for the rest of the season. That sucks for North Carolina. Really rough blow. He's going to be a top 5 pick. My favorite player is on Arkansas. His name's Darius Acuff. This dude is a fucking baller, man. He just had 28 and 13 the other night. He goes out there and just sneezes 20 and 5 without even thinking. Against Alabama, he had a boot on earlier in the week. He dropped 49 in double overtime in a loss on the road at Alabama. Acuff is a dude who, if they get the right draw, Arkansas under Coach Calipari, I think, could make a little bit of a run. So that's my favorite player, and I hope we see a Carmelo, Kemba Walker, Shabazz Napier type of run by Acuff. I think he's capable of doing that.
Absolutely love it. So looking forward to that tournament. Everybody loves them some March Madness. Timmy, no Shane, no problem. Let's do Shane's quick hitters. We're going to keep it simple today, my guy. Here it is. Question number 1 on the quick hitters. If you weren't a broadcaster, Tim Murray, what would you be doing for a living?
Oh, man. I mean, outside of playing professional baseball, obviously. I think if I were not a broadcaster, I would be probably working in like a university somewhere, athletic administration or something like that, maybe fundraising somewhere in that. I do have a love for college. I loved college, and I think, college is an important thing. So I will say somewhere in like administration at a college. What would you be doing, sir?
I would probably be coaching somewhere. I haven't decided where that would be, but if I had my choice between the two in professional ranks or college ranks, I probably would prefer the college ranks, and here's why. I'm not interested in traveling that nomadic lifestyle for professional baseball anymore.
Oh.
Did it for 11 years. It's a bitch of a life. I just don't like being gone for 8 months out. I love travel. I've become the best expert of travel there currently is. I love going on things. I've been talking about getting like a van life van and like doing travel that way because I dig that type of travel. But no, dude, I think if I was doing it, I'd be coaching probably at college, maybe at UCLA or something along the lines of that, an LMU, something here in Los Angeles. But
do you want to coach? Do you want to coach some AA kid pitch, Paseo Verde Little League? Because
it's funny you asked that.
We could put you on the coaching staff.
Well, based on how many kids I have, which is purposely 0, the answer is fuck no, Tim.
Hey, man, at least send me some tips, man. I'm trying to build up
Throw it harder.
a young
Throw it
Bryce
harder.
Harper here.
Throw it harder. Hit it harder. Hit it farther. You hit it at somebody. Hit it where they're not at next time. The end. That's how you coach. Shit's easy. Question number 2, Timmy. If you could be an athlete in any sport, what sport would you choose?
All right, so any sport, am I jumping the minors?
Yes, you are a pro athlete in whatever sport you want to be in, like at the highest of levels.
I want to be a closing pitcher.
I love it.
I want to be a
love
closing pitcher. I want to come out. I want to have the light show going on. I want to come out and just know I'm throwing 102 and you're not going to touch it. And just they got that screw loose, right? A little bit of the screw loose out there to know that all the eyes are on you. And something about Cody just sitting out in the bullpen, just kind of chilling. And then when it's like the 8th inning, it's like, all right, time to lock down and get ready to go. But a closing pitcher would be my ideal, perfect profession.
I mean, the answer, I always wanted to be a baseball player. I got the opportunity to be a baseball player. But if I had to be something else, be a golfer, dude. Love golf.
Yeah. Oh.
Just love being out. I'm dressed for golf right now. I'm hitting the links today, heading down over to Van Nuys at Woodley Lakes. Got me a tee time. Daddy's going to hit some bombs out there and probably smoke a lot of weed. I'm really excited.
Also, you get to go to like the coolest places if you're a professional golfer. It's like, oh, it's February. It's cold everywhere. We'll go to Hawaii for a month. Oh, let's go play at Pebble. Let's go over to Scotland and play the Open Championship.
For the record, have you ever been to Scotland? It's the only place I want to be for the rest of my life. I love Scotland.
Yeah, I do think golfer is a pretty damn good one because and you get to do it forever, right? I mean, you age out, you go to the senior tour, baby. So I like where your head's at there.
Thank you. Next question. What, Tim Murray, is your favorite cocktail?
Ooh, so I'm a big red wine guy.
I become
I'm not a
Blanc guy in my old age.
I'm not a big cocktail guy, believe it or not. I'll have if we're out, I'll drink a Tito's and soda with a couple limes in there. But if my go-to is a nice cab, or I love an IPA. But the problem with IPAs is they hit the belly a little bit hard there, Cody. So they're a bit calorific. So are calorific?
Well,
have a lot of calories.
Caloric is
caloric.
The word you're looking
caloric.
For. But
yeah.
That's what you got. What you got your boy for. I love a hazy IPA myself, but here's the good news. The only beer I like drinking is a hazy, and it has to be like kind of a fruity type of hazy, maybe like some sort of citrusy thing to it. I'm very bougie in that way. But the reason why I appreciate an IPA is because I can't really drink more than 2, so
they're heavy.
Don't bother me because they're just too damn heavy. It fills me up, and I kind of stop drinking I stop drinking and eating if I have a couple of hazy IPAs.
Yeah. Give me a good IPA. I mean, that's the thing too. There's great IPAs in San Diego. There's great IPAs in Maine. Cigar City, down in Miami, High Lie is a great IPA. You could find a good IPA almost anywhere, but I would say the go-to, Cody, if I'm sitting at home watching a game, is a glass of cab. That's my chill right now. But the problem is I can't stop. I can't stop, man.
No, I drink a whole bottle of Sauvignon Blanc before
it's just gone like that, man. And the red wine glasses are so goddamn big. So it's like, wait, I just had 2 glasses and the whole bottle's gone.
Yeah. Me and the lady friend have been polishing off just full bottles of Sauvignon Blanc as if our bodies entirely run on them.
Yeah,
it's our fuel. You would seem. My favorite cocktail, though, can't beat an old fashioned. Love me an old fashioned. I just can't drink a ton of old fashions. Whiskey and me, even though it's my favorite type of alcohol, I just can't drink it the way I once did, man. It knocks me on my ass too fast. All right, final question of the quick hitters, and it comes with a little video. Enjoy this, Tim. This is a video that is sweeping the world right now because I don't know if you've heard about the new fast food burger wars that were started by the CEO of McDonald's. Enjoy this absolutely natural person
Oh,
who is
God.
not at all a robot telling you about their product burger meal. Ugh.
Chris K here with, you've heard about it, here it is, the Big Arch. This is something that we have tested already in Portugal, Germany, Canada. I love this product. It is so good. I'm going to do a tasting right now, but I'm going to eat this for my lunch, just so you know. So here we go. First, holy cow. God, that is a big burger. We've got a very unique kind of sesame poppy sort of bun on it. We've got 2 quarter-pound patties, a delicious Big Arch sauce, and of course some lettuce. So, oh, there's so much going on with this. First of all, let's try to get this thing, I don't even know how to attack it. Got so much to it. Oh, there's also some crispy onions on here as well. I see those kind of coming out. All right, the moment of truth. That is so good. That's a big bite for a Big Arch.
That is one of the most awkward, weirdest shit, anything I've ever seen. One, it's a burger. For the guy that's the CEO of McDonald's, has he ever fucking seen a burger or touched a burger? Also, this is a great product. Boy, that really makes me want to go and eat that hamburger. Two, like, he's acting like it's the largest burger. It's 2 quarter-pound patties. Like you know
They've
how else you
had
can get a
the
quarter-pound
double
patty?
quarter pounder
They
before.
have a double quarter pounder already on the menu. What is this shit?
So I'll tell a quick story. It was, I can't remember what year in college, and it was whatever, Friday, Saturday, Thursday. We were out drinking, and we hit up McDonald's on the way home. I wasn't driving, and I get out, I get dropped off at the dorm or apartment. I can't remember where I was living, and I had a double quarter pounder, and I put it on the roof of the car of the guy who was driving. And as I closed the door, the car drives away, and along with it was my double quarter pounder. Here is the magical portion of the story. Now, I was very sad to have not been eating my double quarter pounder. The quarter pounder, Cody, did not slide off the roof of the car. And when the driver got home, he realized there was a double quarter pounder on the roof of his car, and he got to enjoy that double quarter pounder.
Well, it's a great product. It's just, what a product. And of course,
What a product.
This led to Wendy's making their version of this ridiculously awkward video. This led to other companies doing it. So the question for the quick hitter is very simply this: which fast food chain makes the best burger?
Five Guys.
That's insane. That's
Number one.
insane.
Don't say In-N-Out. Don't say In-N-Out. Don't do
The
it.
answer is In-N-Out. It is In-N-Out.
All right, so here's the
I
difference.
don't like the politics of In-N-Out, but let me be real clear. In-N-Out makes a
You're-
great burger.
You're a California West Coast guy. I'm an East Coast guy. Five Guys created in Virginia, and I think Five Guys for me is by far.
You're wrong.
I treasure our friendship, but I'm about to say something that I feel like might get me in trouble.
Don't do it. Don't fucking do it.
In-N-Out's overrated.
You are a sack of shit. You are a sack of shit, Tim Murray. Sack of shit. Now, that's what you are. Sack of shit. In-N-Out is elite. Double doubles are perfect. And we're moving on before this turns into a fight. Geno Smith doesn't have a job anymore. You surprised?
They called him and he didn't write back, right? Isn't that what he said after a game in Seattle?
He's like, yeah. Dude, what were we expecting? This Raiders team is a disaster. We'll see how it goes. My question is, who's going to mentor Mendoza going forward? They have to go get another quarterback.
So I've actually talked about this recently. I don't think it'll happen because I don't think Raiders fans, and you're a Raiders fan, would go for it. But in my opinion, they should sign Kirk Cousins.
That's what I thought too. No, I don't think that's a crazy thing because who
he's
else is as awkward as
Yes.
Carlos Mendoza?
They're like the same person. Mendoza and Kirk are like the same goofy person. They're both very good quarterbacks too. I think Kirk at this stage of his career would be willing. it's a different situation than what happened in Atlanta with Penix, right? They drafted Penix after he signed a 3-year, $100 million deal or whatever it was. So he felt a little bit blindsided. He would be willingly going into a situation that he knew he would be the mentor of a Mendoza. And secondly, he and Clint Kubiak have a great relationship. So I think it would make a ton of sense. I don't know if it'll happen, but if I were the Raiders, I would sign Kirk Cousins to a cheap deal if he would be up for it. He's made 300 and some odd $1 million already in his career. He gets to start for a little bit, mentor Mendoza, and then eventually at some point you hand the reins over to the kid. I think that would be the perfect situation for Fernando Mendoza and the Raiders.
It makes a lot of sense to me and has made us a lot of sense. I initially threw it out there kind of as a joke because, like, who else is going to be that awkward? Kirk Cousins, get his goofy ass out there and let them play Dungeons and Dragons in Vegas. Whatever keeps the kid out of the strip clubs, I'm in.
Kirk Cousins ain't going to any strip clubs.
I know he isn't.
He ain't going to Spearmint Rhino.
No, he ain't. He ain't going over to Spearmint. He is not going to the topless bar over there at Mandalay Bay. No. He's going to go home with Mendoza, and they're going to drink fucking milk.
Yep. Now they're going to have a good old time, and I would love to see it happen. And I would also love to see Kirk Cousins become my neighbor because I can see the Raiders facility from my house. So come on into my neighborhood, Kirk. He would be a great neighbor.
He probably would be. He probably would be. You know what's be a great neighbor? Segway. Congratulations, Jets. I guess you're getting your guy. They're the Jets. Who cares at this point? It doesn't matter who's going to be at the helm of that rudderless ship. Good luck to anybody that wants this gig, but I guess, hey, Wentz has had a very weird career ever since that injury that he had when they won the Super Bowl, when Nick Foles became a Philly legend. I mean, it's just, okay. Of all the quarterback carousels that are taking place right now, Wentz was not on my bingo card.
No.
Kyler Murray, obviously. Even a Geno Smith ending up somewhere makes more sense to me. The other names that are still out there, you got Malik Willis, who, by the way, is going to get himself a job. But what actually surprises me about this is that we're hearing about possibly about Carson Wentz getting a starting job before Mac Jones. And I'm not saying Mac Jones is anything of the end-all, be-all, but Mac Jones did a really good job in San Francisco this year for the games he had to start for Brock Purdy.
Is Mac Jones? I thought Mac Jones was still under contract.
I don't know if he is. I know that there was a lot of people saying that he was going to get himself a starting gig, and now they're saying there's no market for him.
If he's under contract, that makes sense. If he's not, that he should be certainly available. Carson Wentz, look, I'm conflicted because Team Ginger, we don't have a ton of people part of the squad, right? So I should be all in on Carson Wentz, but man, I mean, it's being a Jets fan has to be one of the most just helpless lives ever, right? It's just there's no hope with that organization, right? So hearing this news, you're like, yeah, that makes sense. That checks. It's the Jets if they're to get Carson Wentz, to reunite with Peterson there. So we'll see, man. I know it's just a report. It's not a done deal yet, but if Carson Wentz is a starter, that would be pretty surprising to me.
And I would like to ask you about this because you're in Las Vegas, and I would love to hear what you are hearing is the latest on Max Crosby. We heard that the Cowboys might be backing off a little bit because, let's be real clear, and I've said this many, many times, if the Cowboys were to give up the 2 draft picks to get him, of which now I firmly believe the Raiders are going to get their 2 number 1s and a starter for this cap because there's enough teams in the mix. If the Cowboys do it, I keep telling people it's dumb if the Cowboys do it because essentially what you just did in a year and a half was swap Micah Parsons for Max Crosby. Is it the worst thing in the world? No, but you traded away a couple of picks. You got a couple of picks for Micah Parsons, and now you're just going to unload those picks over to the Raiders for Max Crosby, essentially swapping Micah for Max, and I don't get that because Micah's younger and a little bit better. But if you end up with a Max Crosby, it's not the worst thing in the world, but there's also the Rams in the mix. If you believe rumors, there's the Eagles that are in the mix. The Bears are coming out of the woodwork. He's been tied to Detroit for a little bit. Like, at the end of the day, who the hell doesn't want Max Crosby? The man's a monster.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting report from Albert Breer earlier this week, Cody, where basically Max Crosby doesn't want to be the bad guy. He's liked it here. He respects the franchise, but it's time for Max Crosby to go somewhere where he can win. And if you're the Raiders, and Cody, you're a Raiders fan, what's Max Crosby honestly doing for you right now as
Not a
you're
thing.
in
Not
you're
a
in the
thing.
rebuild, right?
He deserves better.
It's like Shohei Ohtani with the Angels. It's like he's just kind of wasting away there. So I think it'll be the Bears. That's my gut telling me. This DJ Moore trade, shipping him to Buffalo, getting a second-round pick, clearing some cap room. I think ultimately the Bears are going to end up with an edge rusher, whether it be trading for Max Crosby or getting Trey Hendrickson from Cincinnati, who's going to be an outright free agent. But the Bears are going to make a move here. But yeah, I would at this point, Cody, with the smoke that's around Max, I would be surprised if he is a Raider within the next couple of weeks. I think the Raiders are in full-on rebuild mode. They're going with Mendoza, obviously, at 1, and to get another first-round pick this year just adds more talent into that into that program. So I think Max Crosby deserves better, and I'm looking forward to seeing him somewhere where he can be in the playoffs next year.
Completely agree. Deserves better, and I'd love to see him in the playoffs. I'm just sad we're never going to see it in Vegas. Let's go ahead and before we wrap things up, let's do a little bit of shiggling, huh? I would like to start by saying congratulations to the last place Cal State Bakersfield basketball team, men's team, because not only were you last in your league, turns out you hired an assistant coach that was moonlighting as a pimp all along. This man is now under 11 charges, not being released on any semblance of bail, for trafficking and just for flat out being a pimp. And I want to say this is the most amazing part of it. The tipster that wrote to the head coach saying that you hired basically a pimp said this, and this is what it was titled: "Fix it or the whole staff will fall." The email was immediately sent over to HR, of which everyone's like, holy hell, how did you hire a pimp to your coaching staff?
They haven't won a game since January 8th, and they are in the headlines now. I saw this story. I think this story came out, I want to say before the start of the year, but I had to laugh, and I'm glad you brought this one up. It reminded me of an episode of Friends when Ross was trying to get an apartment, and Joey and Chandler were his references. And they're like, he's a pimp. They're like, yeah, that's right. He's a tap dancing pimp. Can't bring him into your apartment building. You just don't see pimps getting in that much news anymore. So
it's like an episode of it's like a sequel to Night Shift. Remember Night Shift? That movie's the shit. Tim, you shiggling about anything?
I did see this story. Arike Agumbawale, the former Notre Dame star, she was apparently arrested in Miami after celebrating her unrivaled championship when she punched a man in the face at the nightclub. The league is aware of an incident involving Arike, and we are in the process of gathering additional information. The arrest happened at 4:20 a.m. outside, guess where? 11 in Miami. According to the police report, Agumbawale punched a man with a closed fist, causing him to fall to the ground. Footage of the nightclub captured the incident, confirmed by the man. Hey, man, if she's out there punching dudes in the face, I don't know. I'm cool with it. He must have said something that pissed her off, and she dropped his ass.
Does she have a history of punching dudes in the face? Because
I don't know. I kind of want to see this video of Arike Agumbawale just knocking a dude over with just a punch.
I kind of dig it. Not gonna lie to you, kind of dig it. Good. You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say it. Good for you. Guy probably deserved it. Hey, let's go ahead and reflect. Reflections. Oh, Tim Murray, I'm going to go ahead and give the floor to you. What are you reflecting on today as today's show comes to an end? Anything in sports, anything in life? What has got you reflecting?
Well, outside of the burger war that you and I have waged here between our favorite fast food burgers, just the sunshine out there in lovely LA and lovely Las Vegas, and this time of year, and just enjoying being outside when I know it's cold everywhere else. And I'd say that's what I'm reflecting on a little bit.
It is beautiful here in sunny Southern California. I can't deny it one bit. My reflection is of this, and I are we done with the Paul brothers yet? Can we be done forever with the Paul brothers? Just forever? I appreciate everybody that's kind
What
of
have they done now?
Logan Paul is trying to challenge any NFL player to a fight, saying he will give $1 million to any NFL player that can beat him up, of which many of them just said, sure, I'll beat the shit out of you. But Le'Veon Bell is absolutely all over this because he is a guy that has officially had boxing matches and knocked some people out. And Le'Veon Bell just said, I'll show up and knock your ass out anytime you want. Multiple linemen, more than happy to do this. But the thing is, all we're doing, and I hate this, we're just setting up an angle for WrestleMania for Tom Brady to come in and do something stupid during a Logan Paul match. I hate it. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I don't like how wrestling's infiltrated any semblance of the mainstream. I don't like that the mainstream's playing along with it. I don't like that we're giving any of the Paul brothers the time of day. I hate that I know who either of these fuckers are. I hate this, Tim.
It seems like you do. I do have one more, and it's a team that's going to play tonight, and depending on when you're listening to this, everybody has become an expert on Miami, Ohio. So quick backstory on this team, Cody. I don't know if you've caught a little bit on this. They're undefeated. They're 30-0. And there's been just two camps of they don't belong in the NCAA tournament if they don't get into win their conference. And then there's the other one, well, they're undefeated and they've done all this. Can we just let them play the basketball game tonight and let this thing figure itself out? We get so presumptive on all of these things. Well, if they don't do this, then they don't deserve to get in. Just sit back and enjoy a mid-major team. Everyone tells me because of the portal era, Cody, that mid-majors are dead. And we got this cool story. Yes, their strength of schedule was not great, but just let it play itself out and enjoy Wally Zerbiak's alma mater win some basketball games, okay? We don't need to get everyone needs to make a crazy topic about everything. Just let them play the basketball games and it'll figure itself out. No need for faux rage, all right? Just let them play some basketball, Cody.
Just let the kids play, everyone. Tim Murray, I can't thank you enough for stepping into the chair again today. You're always the blast to talk to. I've loved you for years. You've been a good friend. And as of late, a really great co-host these last few weeks. So I thank you for joining us again on another Friday. Tim, where can everyone check you out? And, of course, your lovely show on VSiN.
By the way, I'm wearing my Cherry Blossom Nationals hat. 0-0, Cody. We don't suck yet until the season starts, and then we'll be the worst team in Major League Baseball. You can catch me on VSiN 7 to 11 p.m. Eastern on VSiN Prime Time, and then Saturday mornings, Cody, we're up early 9 to noon Eastern, the VSiN Weekend Morning Line. If you need a little college football fix in your life, how about the VSiN College Football Betting Podcast? New episode just dropped yesterday. So check me out.
Tim, I look forward to coming on your shows again sometime soon. My phone hasn't rang, but that's just a you problem, not me.
You know, I love you. It's college basketball galore right now. As soon as that thing is over, Cody Decker's getting a ring-a-ding-ding.
WBC is literally taking place, literally right now. I'm looking to the right. I'm watching a baseball game. But you know, well, we'll all just go fuck ourselves, right, Tim? Huh? 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 Guys, like, share, and subscribe to this show wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And of course, right here on YouTube. We'll be back here Monday, me, Michelle Beadle, and hopefully all of you sweet, sweet, sweet people. Tim Murray, love you. You're the man. And as always, the most important thing, if I can leave you with just one thing in life, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Throw all that shit out. It's all about one thing. R.I.P. Estelle Getty.